easy enough for you to say. Watch me try and say that now. Alright everybody, welcome back to another match preview. This one is for Saturday's game at the Stadium.
Friday, Burke.
No one speaks to me like that.
Oh, I forgot, totally forgot. This one is for Saturday.
Friday. Friday.
This one is for Friday at the Stadium Light at Sunderland versus Shrewsbury.
Right, before we move on to the Shrewsbury and the Sunderland game, as always, score predictions, we always ask for them, and here's the long list of names who got this one right. This one's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow for me, because if Stuart had friggin' took the shot earlier, it would have been a different score and I would have been right. But unfortunately, yet again, me and Paul, nowhere near. So, the people who got this one right, you got Man of the World, Jacob Aviard, excuse pronunciation, Kevin Kieron, Thomas Mitchell, Normal Wheaty, Aaron Graham Sunderland Vlogs, or Aaron if you're posh, Janice Gregory, Ross Hall, Susan Prescott, Mark Johnson, and Tony Cross. They all predicted 2-1, which of course, as we all know, it was thanks to Embo's 89th minute winner. So well done, you lot.
And if you want to get involved, just leave a comment below your score prediction and we'll mention you in the next match preview.
If he remembers you.
If I remember, because I tend to forget people's names. Shrewsbury, we'll move on to them first to get them out of the way with. The 16th place on 49 points, 11 points above the drop zone. So they've got now to play for. That could go good for us or could go bad for us. Bad meaning there's no pressure on them. So I'm not going to say it. I don't even want to say it. And anyway, it could go good for them, it could go good for us, you never know. The last 5 games, they've won 3, lost 1 and drew 1. But they've had 2 belter results, beat Morecambe 5-0 and they also beat, surprisingly, Rotherham 3-0 away.
But to be fair, Rotherham did have players sent off.
Aye, they did.
So, that always makes it a bit easier. Unless you're Sunderland, and then, like earlier on in the season when Shrewsbury got sent out to 10 men, and then we let them equalise and we drew 1-1.
So it's games like that what has defined our season early on. Alex Neil's come in and changed things, and he's been outstanding the past 8 games. But before I've gone on about Sunderland, it's the return of Flanagan. And Stephen, he's been involved in Shrewsbury.
I think he's been pretty much ever present since he left us and signed for Shrewsbury. Some of you might be like me. I mean, I wasn't too impressed when we got rid of him. Mainly because we didn't bring a replacement in. You don't release a centre-half, especially with the state of our centre-halves were at the time. You don't release a centre-half unless you've got a replacement coming in. We did do that. And then, as you know, we did struggle for a little bit afterwards. But, by the by, Big Tom's coming back to the stadium for the first time since he left us. As we know, if you kick the ball on the ground, he'll make mistakes. If you remember that Lincoln game, he freaking made a mistake for Maguire to score, then he gave away the penalty. So we do know he's prone to a few mistakes. Hopefully he's got a few in his locker because he's done many at the stadium before, so hopefully he'll do some more on Friday. But Big Tom's coming back, so it'd be nice to see them curly locks again, but hopefully on a losing team.
I did like Flanagan. I thought he was... Do you know what? He was one of our most improved players this season.
This season he was.
I was shocked when he went, especially that we didn't have anyone lined up. He, like I was saying, he could have scored 2 goals in the first game of the season against Wigan when we beat them 2-1, and Guchat was unplayable for some reason. Then he just dropped off after that. Flanagan was one of our most improved players.
But like I say, we know he is capable of it. One disadvantage for us is that he knows our strikers. Well, he knows our strikers, so he'll know what the strengths are. But also, our strikers will come up against him in training when he was here, so we'll know his weaknesses. They'll know how to get around him. So hopefully he'll not have too much of an impact on the game, and we'll still be a bit too much room.
In the last 5 games, though, Shrewsbury, Stephen, have scored 10 goals and only conceded 3.
But like you say, I mean, don't get us wrong. That's a good effort by any team. It's a good effort by any team. They beat Morecambe 5-0. I mean, Morecambe's right down the bottom, struggling. They have been all season. And like I say, Rotherham only had 10 men. They've got 8 in them 2 games. You know what I mean? But you've got to credit where credit's due. Yes, they've scored a few goals in the last 5 games. Hopefully they're not getting in this Friday.
Well, I thought I'd come up with a good stat there, but you've just pure pissed all over it there, haven't you?
Mate, it is a good stat, but I'm just putting it in reality terms. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Against 10 men Rotherham and against Morecambe, who's been struggling all season.
And to be honest, the game against the last game, the drew 1-1, Ipswich had a player sent off as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's see, the thing is, the only thing what worries me about this is they've got no pressure. I think technically they are safe. They are safe.
Wait, mathematically they're not.
I know.
So
49 points.
I know, like what you were saying before, is that they're going to have now to play for. Essentially, the all team want to get mathematically safe.
Aye.
They're not. Mathematically, they could still go down. They won't.
No.
But mathematically, they could. So they're still going to be trying to play to get the points needed so they can stay up together. I mean, the ones to watch. They've got the two strikers for them, Daniel Udoh and Ryan Bowman. They've got 12 goals and 9 goals respectively. So they're capable of scoring a few goals. I mean, it's not like a great tally if you know what I mean. I mean, Stewart alone's got more than them put together, but still they're capable of scoring goals when they need to, as the last results have proved. And also the goalkeeper, Marco Morosi. He's had a hell of a season for them this year. He's kept 14 clean sheets. That's the same amount of clean sheets as what Sunderland's kept all season. There's a little stat for you, Paul. I know you like the other little stats. But Marco Morosi, they've got a hell of a keeper in goal for them who's good at keeping clean sheets. I'm guessing he's going to be a big unit. I can't remember him personally, but looking at the stats and looking at how they've done, he's been a big part of them grinding out results and or keeping the scores down to a minimum and things like that. So hopefully we've got enough in our tank there to be able to break them down and basically make our shots unsavable. So we come away with a win.
So, Stephen, we're going to move on to Sunderland, and it's a bit of a headache for Alex Neal, in my opinion, with the form that Elliot Embleton's in and Pritchard. How is he going to fit the two of them into the Sunderland team? Obviously, someone's going to have to miss out.
Yeah, he's not going to fit them both in.
Oh, he's not.
If he does, in my eyes, that's an error. But does he? I mean, realistically, he should start Embleton.
He should, aye.
So Pritchard should be on the bench. Which is hard to say, yes or no, it's hard to say. But I'm saying, like, they both play in the same position. They both play as a number 10 behind the forwards. Embos came off the bench against, who was it? The last game?
Gillingham, wasn't it?
No. Yes, Gillingham. He came off the bench, got the assist for the winner against Gillingham, and then he came off the bench and scored the winner against Oxford.
You can't really drop him.
So, he came on, he did his job, and he's done it brilliantly. So, I mean, Neil said it in his post-match interview. He says he's making it really hard for him not to pick him, not to start him.
He is.
So, I mean, for me, I'd keep Embo on the bench. Because if he's coming on and he's playing like that and he's doing things like that and they're back towards the back end of the game, that's what you want in an impact sub. When he has started games this season, he hasn't had that much of an impact in games, in my opinion. If you disagree, let us know. But for me personally, I'd keep him on the bench and bring him on as an impact, which he has been very well in the last 2 games.
So, do you know what? I tend to agree with you. But say we play with a 3, didn't we, behind Stewart? So could you just rotate the 3? And
well, it was different when it on Saturday because we had Stewart and
Broadhead. Aye, we did.
Then
that's
we had,
the thing.
And then we had Roberts behind, and then
that's the thing. One would have to
Clark as wing backs.
One would have to miss out, and would you go with just one striker and drop Broadhead? And which for me you cannot.
Or would he drop Roberts? He brought him off at half time.
So you could have dropped Clark.
Me personally, I mean, we'll get on to the start our personal things later on, but me personally, I'd start Embo. Actually, no, me personally, I'd have him on the bench, sorry. But I think he could start Embo, put Roberts on the wing and drop Clark after his performance on Saturday.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I've just read a little article regarding Clark, and he got 23.1% accuracy on his crosses. Yep, right. And I thought that was high. I thought 23% was high.
I think that's very high. Bear in mind, I think he only attempted 2 crosses
in about 3 games. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So for me, he's got the quality and the talent there, Clark. I just think his application in the final third needs to be improved. Simply just put a ball in the box. That's all we ask. Yeah. That's all we ask is put a ball in the box. Because 9 times out of 10, Stewart's going to be winning it with being 6'4".
We're going on that. Ross Stewart hasn't scored a goal in open play since the Burton game.
There's another stat.
8 weeks ago. That was the last time he scored a goal from open play, and that was probably the last time he actually had a cross put into him. You know what I mean? We're not getting enough cross. We're not.
Nah.
We've got the best striker in League One, and for the last 8 weeks, we haven't been giving him the service that he deserves or that he requires. We know he can score from getting crosses in, but ever since we brought Roberts and Clark in, there's been a lot more cutting in. I mean, that's what Embleton used to do early on in the season. He'd cut in and look for the shot when he'd get crosses in, so Stewart can thrive and do what he does best. I feel sorry for him not getting the service, but Something needs to change.
That's the thing. When Gooch came on, and he does come under a lot of criticism, Gooch, he does tend to cross a ball in the box. And Embleton, where he's assist against Gillingham, he put the ball in the box.
Yes.
Yes, he had to like sort of check back, then put
But
it
he
in.
still did the cross.
But he still put the cross in, and that's the criticism under what I've got about Clark and Roberts. Sorry, that the two of them, they tend to be play for themselves.
To be fair to Roberts, Roberts hasn't been playing on the wing. He has been playing more of a number 10 role with Pritchard being injured, so he hasn't been in position to put crosses in. But the first game he did play when he was on the wing, yes, he was the same, cutting in and trying to take on too many players. But I mean, going on Stewart as well, yes, he might not have scored from open play. But I mean, you'll have all seen the goal against Oxford, the winning goal.
Of late goals recently. Push back to the edge of the area. Brilliantly worked. They've done it again.
Matete drove it forward to O'Neill, and then O'Neill slotted to Stewart. And instead of Stewart being greedy and trying to smack it himself, it was a first touch, simple lay off to the side because he knew Embo was there. And there's Embo unmarked, slotted home. So it was a very good bit of unselfish play by Stewart, which proves that he's not bothered about scoring all the goals. If the team scores, he's happy. And with the kind of release, because as a striker, most strikers 9 times out of 10 would have shot from where Stewart was. But that layoff was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
The thing is, you know what I loved about the layoff as well? How quick he done it.
It just
he
came. He
didn't even think. He didn't even think.
Came and he just went bump. I knew he knew where Embo was.
He did.
So fair play to him for that.
So I was saying, Stewart, he needs a service.
Oh, 100%.
That's all it is. I don't think it's anything to do with his ability or anything like that, or he's dropped off, or he's gone through a bad patch. It's literally the service to him. If the service improves, Stewart's goals will go up. Right, everybody, we're going to go on to our lineups. I'll go on first because it's a bit easy. All the same, apart from Clark, I'm going to put Embleton in. I think Embleton can track back better than what Clark was digging, and obviously he got an assist against Gillingham, and I think he put a hell of a lot more better balls in the box for Stewart. I think Alex Neil will probably will use the same team, but even he said he's finding it hard not to start Embleton. So Stephen, what were you going with?
But me, I'd change formation. I'd go to a back four.
Right.
So I'd have Serkin actually playing as a fullback on the left, Winnie Esther on the right, and I'd have Bart and Wright in the middle. Then Super Corey, we always love Corey. Big shout out to Big Corey. And I've been playing just in front as like the holding midfielder. Then with Matete, Onion, Broadhead, Stewart, and Roberts. Oh no, Gooch.
Gooch.
Gooch. I'm quite happy with Gooch on Saturday. I was quite tracked back more than Clark did.
Oh, he did, See, the thing is with Gooch, he wasn't doing out spectacular, but he was doing all the donkey work tracking back.
Yeah, well,
he tracked back a lot.
He stood out to me because he did track back.
Yeah, I'd see him.
So Winnie Esther was never left alone. No. Winnie Esther was never struggling. He was never having two attack him. Whereas on the other side, where Serkin, he was trying to concentrate on the forwards for Oxford, but at the same point he had to concentrate on their winger as well because Clark wasn't tracking back.
And happy birthday to Winchester. It's his birthday today.
And it's also Jacko's birthday today, 21. By the way, your mum's really fit.
Who?
Jacko's mother. Have you seen Jacko's mother? Wow.
Yeah. Somebody needs a cold shower. It's too early for the morning for them. But that's our lineups with score predictions.
Oh shit,
Score predictions, right. I'm going first because Stephen tried to copy earlier when we were talking about it.
No, that's bollocks, mate. That's bollocks. Both of us actually, we're going to have the same score prediction.
No, you can't.
But because he said it first, he says I'm not allowed to have it. So I've got to change mine.
I'm going for a Sunderland 2-0 win. Goals in each half. Oh well then, Stephen. Copycat.
I'm a player. No, I'm going to go Sunderland 3-0. Fuck it. I'm going 3-0. Let's have a goal fest again. I'm going 3-0 Sunderland. Tom Flanagan's going to make a mistake.
Yeah, to put that behind.
Right. I'll mop head.
Right, everybody. That is the end. Hit the thumbs up on this video. Be much appreciated.
Subscribe if you're new.
Exactly. And we'll be doing a match vlog of the day, and it'll be on the channel after the match. So keep an eye out for that one. See you in the next video.
See you then. Well, lads.